Hello everyone, we're back again. It's time for the weekly rundown of the latest Bitcoin Cash news happening. Today is Friday, November 2nd here in Tokyo, Japan. I'm Roger Veer.
And I'm Corbin Fraser.
Back again. All sorts of fun stuff happening every week, and I love doing the show with you, Corbin.
Yeah, no, it's super fun.
You're just as excited about all this stuff as I am. That's why we're here.
I think we're all pretty obsessed over here.
And we're not the only ones here. We got quite the obsessive team here with bringing peer-to-peer electronic cash for the entire world. In fact, we were just talking about that earlier on another team meeting here. Our goal at Bitcoin.com isn't to promote Bitcoin Cash. Our goal is to promote a peer-to-peer electronic cash for the entire world, meaning that anyone can send and receive any amount of money with anyone, anywhere, and there's nothing that anybody can do to stop it. They don't need permission from us, they don't need permission from a bank, they don't need a permission from a government. That's our goal, to do that. And we think that Bitcoin Cash is the best tool to do that, and that's why we're busy promoting Bitcoin Cash each day. Which brings us to Bitcoin Cash spreading around the world. There's a new Bitcoin Cash ATM map that's now on the Bitcoin.com website. I think in large part thanks to your direct effort. Is
Actually,
that right,
it was me, but it was also, I got to give a shout out to David. He did a ton of work on that. But yeah, if you could visit bitcoin.com/bitcoin-atm, we've got an awesome map.
Speaking of people obsessed with Bitcoin, David's another great example.
David is a machine.
Special shout out to you, David. We were so happy to have you on our team.
Yeah, huge Bitcoin hugs headed your way, man. But yeah, so the new map, it's listing over 1,200 different Bitcoin Cash ATMs that are available all over the world. It's kind of similar to the Marco Coino map, only instead of merchants, it's ATMs. So if you're looking to kind of buy or sell, you can check out that map. That's bitcoin.com/bitcoin-atm.
And it's not in the notes here, but actually we just shipped a couple more Bitcoin Cash ATM machines up to New Hampshire, the freest state in America.
That's awesome.
To two fantastic libertarian activists in New Hampshire, Derek J. Freeman and his partner Stephen, I forget his last name, sorry Stephen, but
cool.
Those ATMs are running on Bitcoin Cash only up there, and we have more. If someone, you have to convince us that you're responsible and you're going to be able to handle it properly, but we have more Bitcoin Cash ATM machines. We'll send them locally to you for free. The only requirement is you lock them to Bitcoin Cash, and we have a bunch more of them, so you can email me, Roger at bitcoin.com.
Pop me an email
make that
too.
Happen. So I think we have maybe 20 more or so like that. So let's get them out there in the world so people can use them, and then we'll add them to our Bitcoin Cash ATM map right there on bitcoin.com/bitcoin-atm.
Yeah, I'd love to see some of the guys up in Queensland there in Australia. Maybe there's some places along the coast that we can find some of the Bitcoin Cash friendly restaurants and pubs along the coast there. And
the machines currently are geared for US dollar notes.
Oh, okay.
And I think for $2,000 you can buy a different note reader for different currencies. I'd have to look into the details for that.
That's great to hear. Yeah.
Speaking of ways to spend your Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, this one's huge. So Bitcoin.com, our store, partnered up with eGifter, which means that...
Thank you, eGifter.
Yeah, huge thanks to eGifter, and great work, Blake, and everyone else that was a part of that. Basically, what happens is now you can buy any of these gift cards that allow you to buy things like Nike, Home Depot, Uber,
pizza. You
Nordstrom.
can buy pizza with Bitcoin Cash using Domino's and your eGifter gift card using Bitcoin Cash.
So it's pretty exciting. So yeah, go visit that. It's giftcards.bitcoin.com. It's going to be a big mainstay, I think, for Bitcoin.com. Just really trying to push more spending, which is what we like to do. We want to use Bitcoin any way you want.
And to be clear, we want to make it spendable. If you want to use it, save it because you can spend it later. That's just fine too. But if it has to be spendable in order for you to be enticed to want to use it as a store of value. So we're making Bitcoin Cash spendable for the world.
Speaking of the pizza thing, we should give a little shout out to bchpizza.org.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't heard of that one yet, go visit it. It's basically a bounty reward site for pizza shop owners. So you can go if you're in a small town in Middle America and you want to pay for pizza with Bitcoin Cash, you can put up a bounty on the website, and if the pizza shop owner within your town begins accepting Bitcoin Cash, they unlock the bounty and get some Bitcoin Cash.
Or if you're watching this and either you work at a pizza shop or you're the owner of the pizza shop, start accepting Bitcoin Cash at your pizza shop. You'll get more crypto people like us buying pizzas from you, and then you can turn around and spend that Bitcoin Cash on Purse.io and save 20 or 30% on all the supplies you need from your restaurant from Amazon, thanks to Purse.io. So you can buy more napkins and 20 or 30% off, or pizza sauce, or whatever it is that you guys need at a pizza shop. And get some free money from the bounties at
BCHpizza.org.
Yeah. Speaking of adoption and things spreading and time going by fast, like this week marks the 10-year anniversary of the release of the Bitcoin White Paper.
Yeah, so on October 31st, 2008 at 2:10 p.m., Satoshi Nakamoto announced an idea that unleashed the first peer-to-peer version of electronic cash.
one of the most important inventions in the history of humankind. That's how big a deal this was.
Pretty huge. So of course on January 3rd, 2009, it was actually released, and a lot of people, were kind of not so sure what to make of it at first, because we had seen, different versions of eCash and attempted versions at this, but this was the first truly decentralized way to do it. And it of course still exists and lives on today now in the form of Bitcoin Cash.
Yep. And so speaking of that, so I think somebody in the questions last week, they said, when are you guys going to stop talking about the BTC coin there? And well, I think we're going to stop talking about BTC as soon as all those BTC scammers stop pretending that they're the real Bitcoin. Go and read the title of the white paper. It's a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That's Bitcoin Cash. It's not BTC. So we're going to stop talking about you guys when you stop trying to steal the Bitcoin name and branding and the economic freedom that it can bring to the world. You guys are busy with your trusted third parties and watchtowers and this and that and a Lightning Network that doesn't work for anything at all other than maybe a nickel-sized payments. Man, stop trying to steal the Bitcoin name and brand and the spirit of peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world. So as soon as you scammers stop trying to steal the Bitcoin name, I'm going to stop talking about you. But for now, I'm going to continue promoting Bitcoin Cash because it's the version of Bitcoin that I signed up for almost 8 years ago now. I'm coming up on almost 8 years full-time and being involved in Bitcoin. And of course, that's Bitcoin Cash, which brings us to our Tokyo Halloween bash, right? We had, wow. Bitcoin Cash people know how to party, and especially in Tokyo. Boy, did they ever. So
that was it was a pretty fun evening. We had the Bitcoin White Paper cake. We saw some amazing
Greg Maxwell
costumes.
Came to our party here in Tokyo.
Brought his
satellite dish with him. He brought his 1 megabyte floppy disk drive, so he was handing out private keys to people with an actual floppy disk reader. Like, I haven't seen one of those for a long time. But
if you want to go check out some of the costumes, of course, go visit Reddit RBTC.
Yep, the uncensored discussion platform, RBTC on Reddit, because our Bitcoin is completely censored. It's been censored for years and years and years. You can Google our Bitcoin censorship on Google. There's fantastic articles by John Block for anybody who hasn't seen them. And you can try posting this video there for yourself. Almost for sure it'll be deleted right away.
Yeah. And you know what? It constantly amazes me seeing these meetups. We go out there every Wednesday to the Bitcoin Cash meetup, and it's growing each week. It's a really tight-knit community of people. If you're a first-timer in Tokyo and you just want to get out and meet some new people, come visit the Bitcoin Cash meetup. You don't even have to have any Bitcoin Cash. We'll hook you guys up. Yep. Come visit.
There's a bunch of shops in Tokyo accepting Bitcoin Cash, and most of them don't accept BTC anymore either. So, like Mezzo, that like fancy lounge. BCH only, no BTC.
Very fancy.
Like
nice.
there's other one weird. Japanese English is hard to remember.
Rock-On,
BCH only, no BTC. Yeah, there's a lot of. If you don't have it already, download the Marco Coino app, and you can find all the BCH accepting places near you. And if you see some that aren't already listed, make sure you get them listed there. And if you have a business or your friend or your mom or your uncle that has a business, make sure they start accepting Bitcoin Cash at the business and get them added to the big Marco Coino app so that other people can find out about it.
And of course, go visit Meetup.com and search for a Bitcoin Cash community in your neighborhood.
And if there's not one already, start one.
Next up is Tor. So there was a great article published on news.bitcoin.com.
Lots of great articles out here.
Amazing, great articles. Go check those out. Of course, subscribe to the newsletters as well to keep up to date on all the Bitcoin Cash news and everything going on. But I think there was a great article that basically
and syndicate our news. If you have a website, we have a full RSS feed. You can syndicate all of our news from news.bitcoin.com. One of the most prolific syndicators of our news is Nigeria Today, like a major newspaper in Nigeria that syndicate just about every single article we publish.
Wow.
And we get lots of traffic from Nigeria. So please syndicate our news on your website as well. It's free. It's right there. I think it's news.bitcoin.com/RSS probably. Head on over there and you can find the exact URL.
So the article itself was just about anonymity on Bitcoin Cash transactions and how you can make yourself and your transactions more anonymous. If you're new to Bitcoin Cash and anonymity is important to you for its use, then make sure you head to this article, go search anonymity on Bitcoin Cash transactions, and basically learn all about how to use Tor, learn how to use different wallets that can kind of help mask your existence, and of course, we're also looking into Cash Shuffle and some other protocols that allow you to. We're making the tools even easier. So anybody that studied economics, you realize that one of the characteristics that make money is fungibility. Money has to be fungible in order for it to be money. So we're busy adding that to Bitcoin Cash, and right there within the Bitcoin.com wallet, we're going to have some additional fungibility tools coming very, very soon. So anybody that studies economics realizes that that's important. So speaking of people who haven't studied economics, Jimmy Song.
The guy who's out there preaching about crypto Keynesianism and hasn't even read Keynes. So last week we mentioned that he wanted to bet $1 million on the future of Bitcoin Cash versus that BTC scam coin that's pretending to be Bitcoin. I told him I'd accept his entire offer in the terms that he wanted, with the only caveat being that we donate the money to the charity, the winner's choice. He wrote an entire blog post about why he's not going to do it and why he's weaseling out of it. So bok to you, Jimmy. And I invite you to read his blog post as to why he's chickening out about it. We'll put a link to that in the description below. So Jimmy, you talk a big game, but when it comes up to it, you don't walk the walk. So I guess that should be expected of somebody who's busy writing about crypto Keynesianism when he hasn't even read Keynes. So Jimmy, make less YouTube videos, spend some time reading some economics book, read Keynes, read Mises, read Rothbard, read Hayek, read these people. I've read all of them there, and then go and make some videos and tell us what you've learned. And I think people would be able to learn something from you if you go and study the topic that you're making videos about before you make the videos about them. You study first, and then you make the video about it afterwards. You don't do it the other way around. So that's my tip for you today, Jimmy. So next fantastic piece of news here of adoption happening with the real Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash.
This is, of course, pretty big. So Panda Cash, they won the grand prize at the BCH DevCon in Amsterdam. So huge congratulations to their team. There was over 100 developers.
Over 100 developers showed up in Amsterdam.
14 different teams that came together, participated in the hackathon. We saw different projects, including some ones that you got a good laugh out of.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about that. That means there were 14 teams.
Yeah.
Each team consisted of about 7 people on
average
average there?
Five to 10 people.
Those are some pretty good sized teams too for their hackathon.
Yeah.
So one of them is Panda Cash. It's a proof of concept software development kit or lazy person's Bitcoin Cash blockchain utility tool. Sounds great for the lazy developers out there. So go and check out Panda Cash. We'll get to the one that really caught my attention when I was reading the show notes in advance. But other BCH projects included HoneyStream, a paid streaming service that uses Bitcoin Cash. By paid streaming, they mean video streaming?
I assume so, yeah.
Interesting use case there.
Cool.
Which leads into the other one. It's called Blurry. Blurry.cash, I think, is their website. It allows people to sell blurry pictures that become clear after a Bitcoin Cash payment is processed. I wonder what people are going to use that one for.
I'm thinking.
If you have an idea, post your blurry picture, and then people can pay money to get it unblurred and give it a try. Blurry.cash, I believe, is the URL for that one.
And make sure you check out the next Bitcoin Cash DevCons. The next ones are coming up in Israel, Japan, South Korea, and India. Of course, BCH DevCon.
Are those all within this year, before the end of the year?
I think some of them are going over into January and next year.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot more next year, too. What a fantastic photo.
Yeah, and hats off to the guys at Permissionless Ventures and Bitmain and everyone else that's supporting
BCHDevCon.com is the website. And then Blurry.cash, after we're done recording, I'm going to take a look and see what's over there. That sounds like a fun use of Bitcoin Cash. So we
should mention, we actually mentioned this last week about BitSocket. It's a push API for the Bitcoin Cash network. And we've already seen, just since we were discussing this, people are actually starting to build and use this tool. So again, hats off to Unwriter, the developer who's just an absolute machine who's been pumping out these tools that allow developers to start interacting with the Bitcoin Cash blockchain in an easier manner. So there was an example application released called Memo Button, which allows users to post to memo.cash using the money button. Pretty
Sounds like a fun marriage.
Yeah. Another developer named Paul used the BitSocket platform to create a program called React, which is a real-time BCH watch address notifier to watch any transactions tied to a specific address. So kind of seeing some new uses, seeing new developers come in, using these tools, building these applications, and hopefully building new businesses.
Cash for the world.
Exactly,
So, speaking of building peer-to-peer cash for the world and new businesses, AnyPay, based out of New Hampshire, members of the Free State Project, which I mentioned them in the beginning of the show in regards to the Bitcoin Cash ATM machines. You can now pay your invoices with AnyPay using Bitcoin Cash over text messages using CoinText. Fantastic, right? So you can, in fact, I think I need to check my Marco Coino app, but we might not have all of their places listed on the Marco Coino app yet. We need to get all those added there too. New Hampshire is a hotbed of cryptocurrency adoption. It's probably one of the top places in the entire world, which I heard about Bitcoin for the first time thanks to the bunch of Free State Project members in New Hampshire on the Free Talk Live radio show. So thank you, Mark and Ian, for letting me hear about that. And that's where I focused all of my initial outreach in the early days, was on people in New Hampshire that were already libertarians that understand that peer-to-peer cash for the world is liberating for the individual and constraining upon coercive government. So now you can purchase your items from lots of brick and mortar shops in New Hampshire there. And AnyPay's invoice system knows exactly what to do and will display a written BCH address and a QR code. So you can pay via text message using SMS or probably the Bitcoin.com wallet as well. Someday I hope to visit New Hampshire again for maybe the Porcupine Freedom Festival. Visit my friends there in Keene, New Hampshire. I'm a giant fan of all the stuff that's been going on there for years. So.
Well, I think that's what's kind of cool. We're seeing these new businesses pop up, these new ideas, and I mean, I guess that brings us to some of the big businesses.
They're not just small businesses anymore. Coinbase. Congratulations, Brian and Fred over at Coinbase, the founders there. And congratulations to everybody else that's part of the Coinbase team. You guys have done more to bring cryptocurrency adoption to the world than probably any other company in the entire world. And man, every time I talk about Coinbase, I regret it. So I was at a barbecue with Brian Armstrong, the founder in Silicon Valley, and he was basically saying, please, Roger, please invest in Coinbase, please, please, please. And I told him, no, I just invested in blockchain.info, and I want people to have their own private keys themselves. And I still think it's better for people to have their private keys themselves. That's why the Bitcoin.com wallet gives people their private keys themselves. But like, man, Brian did an excellent job executing. And I think there's room in the ecosystem for both custodians and people holding their private keys themselves. So in hindsight, I wish I had listened to Brian more. I should have invested in Coinbase and blockchain.info, not only blockchain.info, because boy, did I ever have the opportunity to do both. And live and learn. So next time around, if there ever is one, I'll do both. So but congratulations.
And they've got a huge team of developers there, and some really talented guys like Josh Ellithorpe. Make sure you follow him on Twitter.
Shout out to Josh.
At ZQuestZ, I believe is his Twitter handle.
They raised more than $500 million in traditional VC capital too.
That's wild.
Great job, Brian. So
the Coinbase statement, I guess, for this was, we see tremendous promise in crypto to build the next phase of the internet, which has the power to put control back in the hands of consumers, unleash a new era of innovation, and offer great access to economic opportunities to more people around the world.
So that sounds like a slightly more politically correct version of saying they want to build permissionless cash for the entire world that nobody could control. And we say it a little bit more openly here at Bitcoin.com.
We don't shy away from it.
But I think that's what a lot of the founding team there at Coinbase has in mind as well. So keep going, Coinbase. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Thank you, Coinbase.
Thank you.
So, and some of these BTC maximalists, like I have a tweet queued up. Maybe I'll tweet. I have a bunch of tweets queued up that I try and tweet once a day. But there was one of these BTC maximalists that was listing like Coinbase, blockchain.info, Zappo, maybe a couple of others, like claiming that these are all like people that are attacking Bitcoin, and like it was in reality it was a list of the people that have done more to help promote Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption than just about anybody else. It felt like the Twilight Zone that these BTC maximalist nutcases.
They're taking crazy pills.
They're taking crazy pills, and they think the people that are spreading Bitcoin adoption are attacking Bitcoin. Like, what a bunch of nutcases. Anyhow, luckily you have this saying Bitcoin.com YouTube channel and Bitcoin.com to spread the real information.
And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button.
And
hit
share
the little
this
bell.
video with a friend. Share it on Facebook. If you're feeling extra motivated, download this video from YouTube, like to your local hard drive, and then re-upload it natively to Facebook, because Facebook's algorithms favor locally or natively uploaded videos on Facebook than like links to YouTube. So you'll get way more views of this video if you upload it directly on Facebook rather than just a link to YouTube.
So speaking of video, we should mention this was my favorite new release that came out in the last week. It got me super excited, and I showed you, and immediately it was like, we got to talk.
The Halloween video of Tokyo.
We're going.
Keyport
TV. Yeah, so the guys at Keyport.tv have created this basically like a YouTube competitor.
You pay by the second?
Yeah, you can pay by the second, and basically you pay for what you watch. So you can set a video to be a 10-cent video, and if they will watch half, you only pay for half. In essence, this allows video creators to monetize their videos. They have this censorship-resistant platform that allows anyone to start saying what they want and get paid for it. I mean, guys like Alex Jones who've been kicked off YouTube.
Yeah,
and
Alex should be hopping on there real quick.
I think it'd be great to see him pop on there, and I think
what else people might use that sort of platform for? Maybe Blurry and them could team up with the thumbnails too. So
there you go.
Blurry.cash and Keyport.tv.
Yeah, and actually Bitcoin.com, we're looking at adding all of our videos, our entire backlog of videos onto Keyport.tv. We think it's a great initiative. Keep up the great work, guys. We're really excited.
Maybe they can add a pay what you want feature.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so it's free, but if you want to pay, you can pay.
Yeah,
so.
Great stuff.
Yep. Another person I'm a big fan of for a long, long time, Ron Paul. So a lot of people got excited about Ron Paul in the last, either his first or second attempt to run for president in the recent history. I first met Ron Paul, I think in probably 1999. And I was just a kid back in 1999. Ron Paul was still a bit of an old guy back in 1999.
Yeah.
But he was really, really kind and made time to talk with me. And
Wow.
it was the Libertarian Party state convention in California, I think back in 1999, or I met him. And he was fantastic back then, and he's fantastic today. I think he's in his 80s at this point. But came out in full support of cryptocurrencies. Thanks to Joby Weeks for setting him up with his first cryptocurrency wallet there too. Joby set him up with a BTC wallet, but he texted me privately. He said that he had spent all of his Bitcoin Cash on his phone, and he really regrets that he didn't, because it was kind of like a chance thing that happened. He said he regrets that he wasn't able to set him up with a Bitcoin Cash wallet at that particular instant. But thank you, Joby, for doing that. Another giant fan of Bitcoin Cash, and another early Bitcoin adopter. I think Joby's been around since like 2010 or something like that.
You guys did a video a while back,
we
right?
did one in Monaco a couple months back. So thank you, Joby, for that. Thank you for getting Ron Paul even more on board there. So he's been calling to audit the Federal Reserve for years and years and years now. But he also just came out saying that the cryptocurrencies shouldn't have any capital gains tax whatsoever. And I think if you asked him more directly, he'd say that all taxation is theft. So, but let's get rid of each tax one at a time as we possibly can. So no capital gains tax on cryptocurrency would be a fantastic thing that would stimulate so much more adoption of this sort of thing and so many more businesses. Because, like, man, if you're an American living in the U.S., technically you're supposed to keep track of the capital gain, I think, on every single transaction. Well, imagine that. The politicians put together an insane requirement to hop on people. It's almost as insane as having to wear, like, a star on your arm saying, like, I'm a cryptocurrency user, and maybe having to go to the cryptocurrency camp, re-education camp someday. Like, politicians do all sorts of crazy stuff. Don't be surprised when politicians do crazy, evil stuff. So Ron Paul's not your normal politician there. So he likes voluntarism, and so do I. And I think Corbin does there too.
So next up on the list here, we got another BCH stress test coming up. It's planned for February 17th. And it looks like they're aiming to do 24 million transactions in 24 hours.
I think the most that BTC has ever done is like 300,000. I'd have to Google it again real quick, but wow.
This is going to be huge. So make sure you follow @StressTestBCH on Twitter. If you're going to be participating, they'll have all of the links to show where you can go and deposit, say, $5 worth of Bitcoin Cash, and actually send a ton of these little microtransactions. And if you want to visualize them, you can of course do it on our website, txhighway.com, or there's of course txstreet.cash, I think. And there's also a Subway one. I think it's bitcoinsubway.cash or something like that. Make sure you Google that around. But pretty exciting stuff. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. Looks like
So we're getting close to the end of the show here, and I just sent a message to Chris, who helps put together these wonderful show notes. But I asked him in the comments on YouTube last week, make sure you include questions from the audience in there so we can answer your questions. If you have questions, post them in the comments on this video. We'll try and answer them every week. There is one that I forgot to answer last week, but I'm going to answer it this week. But it's so complicated and there's so much happening on that I'm going to go in a whole separate video. But it's for BP. He had a question about his cloud mining contracts. We'll put a link to the answer to your question in the video below. And if you have additional questions, post them below, and we'll go from there. And we'll answer them next week. So Chris, make sure you get them in our notes though, please, because life's busy and we need your help. Other than that, you're doing a fantastic job. So if you like the video, again, share it with a friend. Yeah, it actually does help.
Yeah, leave some comments too. You know, we do love hearing from you guys. And if you guys have any questions, you know, about Bitcoin Cash or about, you know, Roger and you know, his wild life.
You know what? We left off another thing. People are wondering about the November 15th upgrade to the Bitcoin Cash network. Business as usual at Bitcoin.com. All of our services will be up. Everything's going to run smoothly. It's going to be just fine. All of our full nodes have been running, both Bitcoin Unlimited and Bitcoin ABC. We're not changing anything, and we expect a smooth upgrade to the entire Bitcoin Cash network. So that's where we're at. Head on over to Bitcoin.com and our forum, and I think our news section for some additional details. We'll try and put a link in the description below for that as well. We always promote the same sort of things, and we're going to promote some of them again. But a new one we're going to promote this evening, free.bitcoin.com. Share that with your friends that don't have any Bitcoin Cash yet or any cryptocurrency yet. We're giving away free Bitcoin Cash at free.bitcoin.com. You get a free Bitcoin Cash wallet, you get your free Bitcoin Cash, you're good to go. Then you can go out and buy some more. Another thing that's coming very soon to the Bitcoin.com wallet, you'll be able to buy Bitcoin Cash with your credit card directly from within the wallet. And then shortly after that, it'll automatically recharge your wallet. Every time you spend some Bitcoin Cash, it'll buy more for you.
At spend and replace, you can kind of keep your holdings. Yeah, so it's great way to drive adoption.
If you like all this, subscribe, like, share. Head on over to purse.io. Save 20, 25, 30% on every purchase from Amazon using your Bitcoin Cash. Fantastic service, one of the ones I love.
And we're actually looking at tying in a little bit more Purse integration into Bitcoin.com. So
if you think we're promoting Purse heavily now, wait and see just how heavily we're going to be promoting them in the future. And of course, I always want to promote cashgames.bitcoin.com, our provably fair online gaming system where you can play slots, blackjack, Keno, this and that, anything you want. We have a couple of new games that are going to be added soon. You can deposit instantly, play instantly, withdraw your winnings instantly, just like that. No sign up required whatsoever. If you lose, that means the house won, but we're going to use that money to spread the adoption of peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world, enabling anyone to interact with anyone permissionlessly without the permission of the politicians that require your permission. Ron Paul doesn't want your permission, but a lot of these other politicians do. So if you want to do that, head on over to cashgames.bitcoin.com and share Cash Games. And you don't have to play for money, you can play for free too. It doesn't even require any money. So, and we have an Android app too. Install our Android app. So
it's huge stuff on Bitcoin.com, and make sure you visit us again, and of course subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little red subscribe button. We'd love to have you on board.
So we're adding lots of subscribers every week, but we need your help to add even more. So see you all next week.
See you guys.